Hola a todos. My name is Emma Collins, and today I'm here with IAU's Madrid Program Director, Marisol Garcia. And today we're going to be talking about what got you into working with IAU.
Hola chicos, chicas, everyone. Okay, so I've lived in Spain most of my life. I grew up here in a very bicultural environment. Went to an American high school, but was raised in Madrid and the city and so on. And I decided to go back to the United States and get my degree there. And so after I got my master's in educational counseling, I decided I wanted to come back to Madrid because this is where I was raised and I just really missed it. So the closest thing that I could do in order to continue with working with American students and so on was look for study abroad opportunities. So I started working in the study abroad field. I worked for St. Louis University, for Kappa, for other study abroad programs. I opened my own company. And then the pandemic hit, and I had always been in contact with the IAU president and other colleagues from IAU, and this opportunity just came up. Okay. And IAU was already in Barcelona. They wanted to open a center in Madrid. It was very challenging, especially because of the pandemic. But they called me and I thought it was a great idea. I definitely missed working with the students and just being around, the whole study abroad atmosphere. Yeah. So, it just all worked out.
Yeah, well, that's exciting. We're glad it did work out this semester. So do you have any recommendations for students about your favorite things to visit or places to go here?
There's so much to do in Madrid. Madrid is just a city that you just never get bored in it. And you've been here for a little bit. And hopefully you think the same way. Madrid is just a city that sometimes you'll see more people at 3 a.m. in the morning than at 3 p.m., especially in the summer. Yes. Summer months, 3 p.m., everybody's taking a nap or something. And on the weekends, we don't really do the siestas. That's kind of overrated. I wish everybody could go home and take a siesta. It's not quite like that. Maybe in the summer on the weekends, yes. So you'll definitely see more people at 3 a.m. in the streets, and then you will see them at 3 p.m. Okay. But I love the fact that it's just safe. You feel very safe. When I moved from Madrid to the States, I moved to Los Angeles, I moved to LA. So you just being here and feeling so safe walking around, even if it's 3 a.m. And just the environment, seeing everybody out in the terrazas, having a coffee or a beer, just being social. It's just, there's just so much to do. Recommendations, there's like hundreds. I love the fact that Madrid is so green. There's a lot of parks. You have Retiro Park, El Juan Carlos I, even though a lot of the students don't make it out there. But if you do some research, there's tons of parks and green areas to just hang out at. And then, there's tons of places for tapas. You can go to very expensive places and have a very good time, but you can also go to very inexpensive places. Yes. I love going to the caves. We used to call them the caves when I was in high school. There are the mesones around Plaza Mayor, and the good thing about that is you can, sit outside and it's this really nice ambience, but in the winter, if it's cold, you can actually go inside the cave and they're really cozy and nice and you're actually inside a cave, having tapas and so on. So, and then there's a lot of places close to Madrid. So that's the other thing, you can get on a bus and make it to Segovia in an hour, and less than an hour and a half you're in Segovia watching the aqueduct, or you're in Toledo. And just taking the train for students, it's wonderful because right now, if you have the Young Transportation Pass, that transportation pass takes you to so many places for free. Once you have your little pass, you can go to Aranjuez, Toledo, El Escorial, you can go hiking to La Sierra. Yeah. So, I think I sent you guys like a little link of all these places that you guys can go to. So, but even if it's further out, even, from Madrid, you can make it to Sevilla in 2 hours in the high-speed train. Yeah. So let's say you're in a very low budget and you don't want to spend the night there. You can just get, the train in really early on Saturday morning and make it there by 9 and then spend the whole day in Sevilla and then come back at night. You know, so that's, or Barcelona. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, you know, I mean, I always, you know, I'm talking about if you have a low budget. If you can actually spend the night, you know, you definitely would want 2 days in Sevilla and 2 days in Barcelona. But if you don't have the budget and you just want to do a, you know, quick trip coming back and forth, you can do that as well.
Yeah, I'd say that's one of the highlights of the IAU program is that they really are able to take us to places that I don't think I would have gone by myself. But with the excursions included in the program, they are really able to take you to the I'd say like hidden or unknown places of Madrid, such as Segovia and Toledo, which are included in our program.
Or the Authors de Duratón, for example, that you wouldn't have done on your own, you know, kayaking around there, you know, that, you know, I try to do, or, you know, even Córdoba and Granada you can do on your own, but we try to also take you to places that maybe you wouldn't go to. Even though obviously we have to include Barcelona because everybody wants to do Barcelona, you know, but, you know, if we can include something else that maybe you wouldn't do on your own, we try to, you know, make it work.
Yes, for sure. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. We enjoyed interviewing you. All right.
Gracias.
Gracias. Ciao.